you ask me, nothing's as fun as some good old-fashioned zombie killing, and no game does co-op zombie slaying better than Left 4 Dead 2. This game is a timeless classic that just keeps on giving the more you play it. It's the hallmark of terror and co-op. You run, shoot, revive a girlfriend who's in trouble, run some more, and revive her again. It's one for all and all for one, because no one gets Left 4 Dead on date night. The game started out pretty tough for us, and we were only on normal difficulty. We both looked at each other like, how the hell do people do this on advanced or expert? There's a level of helplessness and panic, and that's what sucked us in. At some point in time, we started needing pickups less and less, and we both stopped and were like, wait a minute, when did we start getting good at this game? When the panic turned into understanding, we realized how much we really loved it. Oh, I thought I was a goner. With that being said, choosing a difficulty is something we were kind of torn on. On the one hand, harder difficulties are incredibly fun and adrenaline pumping experience, but on the other, friendly fire actually does real damage in them. It's all fun and games till my boyfriend ends up on the floor because of my itchy trigger finger.
I'm already down.
Oh my god. Even on easy difficulties, I feel like the chaos will come out of nowhere. We'll be doing all right, and then suddenly I hear a shriek and dozens of these guys start flooding in from all directions. It just adds that much more of a rush when we get to a safe room and I can finally exhale.
Ellis, could you calm down, please? Like, we're in a pressurized cabin here.
I know they tell you never to panic in an emergency situation, but when it comes to this game, sometimes the best thing you can do is just start running for your life screaming. We figured out pretty quickly that if we took our time with things, we just end up getting overwhelmed by the numbers and worn down. It turns out sprinting in the path of least resistance is a completely viable and acceptable strategy, and I love that. I'm cornered, I just gotta get out of here. Ah! When it comes to picking a character, for me the choice is easy. My boyfriend's favorite character is Coach, and that's who he always wants to play as. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it wasn't for the fact that then we have two Nicks running around and things get super confusing. Nick?
Which Nick?
You're gonna be Noiki, and he's gonna be Nick.
I have to give up my name to an AI cooperator?
The AI is about as good as a girlfriend in terms of reaction time and judgment. That means the majority of my co-oping with my boyfriend is spent trying to prove that I'm better than a couple of ones and zeros as a teammate. It's hilarious how heavily we'll lean on them to soak damage or help us in order to get through the levels. Thank you, Alice. And it really starts to show when one dies and everything goes to hell. The only good thing that comes of it is my boyfriend gets to reassert his dominance as the true Nick.
I have not come this far to die now.
Oh my god, Nick just like jumped. Nick's dead!
Nick's dead?
He just jumped.
Nick!
I just watched him commit suicide.
Oh my god, why?
I'm not doing so hot, by the way.
As with most games, I was elected the team mom almost as soon as we started the campaign. I don't know how it happens, but I'm the only one who ever remembers to pack snacks and medkits on long car rides. It's bad enough I have to keep an eye on my boyfriend's health bar and remind him to heal, but now I gotta look out for these two jokers as well. Oh my god, just stand up. Every time we get to the end screen, you won't find me at the top of the rankings for kills or damage, but I promise you'll always see my name for the player who heals the most. Hey, I killed the most tanks.
Did the most damage to the tank.
Shit,
I
there's
did
only one tank.
damage.
There are a ton of different weapons to choose from, and you gotta choose a weapon to fit your style. I'm more of a spray and pray gal myself, but if you get my boyfriend's hands on an axe, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that I should just stand behind him and let the chopping commence. I just have to take care not to shoot him in the back of the head too much. You good?
Yeah, but now Nick's down.
When you hand me a pump shotgun, you can expect one of two things to happen. Either the entire horde is going down, or I am, because I forget I only have 8 shells and need to reload. In other games I've played, ammo is such a coveted resource, and my boyfriend is always giving me an allowance of bullets to use. What I like about Left 4 Dead is that the ammo piles are unlimited and frequent enough that I can just hold down the trigger and unload an entire clip whenever I get scared. Oh my god, ah! Of the special zombie types, I feel like a disproportionate amount of jockeys always end up on my boyfriend's head compared to the rest of the team. If he'd just hang back with the rest of the group and respect his own mortality for like 5 minutes, I'm sure Ellis wouldn't mind taking a turn being ridden. But alas, someone has to be brave enough to blaze a trail for the rest of us, and I really think we're better off having it be him. By the way, for whatever reason, I have the same situation, but with the smokers. Oh my god, I'm constricted. I need help. When you're tired of playing story campaigns, Left 4 Dead 2 has an online versus mode where 2 teams of 4 go up against each other. I was extremely intimidated about playing online. I think the biggest source of anxiety was not wanting to drag my team down because I wasn't really sure what the hell was going on.
That was you?
The team with the better teamwork and coordination will more often than not win the round. The community is a funky one. When you're lucky, you get a great team and everything just falls into place, and even someone unconfident like me can still crush it. But sometimes you get trolls that join in and then just kill the whole crew. It's moments like this that I start going on tirades about why society has gone too far and the only people I have left to trust are cats.
You know, we're living in a society. We're supposed to act in a civilized way.
I wondered how a game from 2009 could still be so popular, but having played it myself, I totally see where all the love and attention comes from. Fueled by a seemingly endless supply of add-ons from the Steam Workshop, it seems like you couldn't run out of things to do if you tried. You can find a mod for almost any item in the game, which has me scrolling through the workshop page like I'm walking down the aisles at Ulta during a sale. Nowadays, every time we load up the game, everything is skinned with new textures and models. It's getting to the point that I'm not even sure if we're playing the same game anymore. It plays like some kind of weird fanfic where Tom Nook took his debtors into the apocalypse to work off some bells. We may look silly, but I'm convinced my boyfriend's bigger hitbox works as a shield. Even when we're not cooperating with each other, we're still having a blast getting mauled by the undead. As far as I can tell, the only downside to Left 4 Dead 2 is that we didn't find the game sooner.